Here are 25 freestyle tricks that you need to know with Andy Anderson.
Hey, so Mitchie's been kind enough to let me into his show, Skate IQ, and express what I love about skateboarding, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. This is just the beginning.
This guy's an absolute freestyle mastermind and has helped me so much expand my skating in just the few days that we've got to skate together. So I'm really excited for you guys to watch this. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't ever miss a video from us. Let's get to it.
Starting at the most fundamental move in freestyle, the Tic Tac. Let's break it down and see what's behind this magical movement. Check this out. If you want to go this direction, you need to push. If you don't push, you can't go anywhere. But you can go this direction because the wheels don't roll. So, jump there and prep your board for that. Boom! Step one. The next step is to do the same thing backwards. So you have to throw your weight behind you and save yourself. Look at all that speed out of nothing. So the goal of the Tic Tac is to get the most amount of speed without touching the ground. And it comes from this dance of jumping back and forth and saving yourself over and over again.
So I have a question. So after you jump forward, how are you getting over to the heel side to go backwards? Where are you feeling your weight in your feet?
That's a question for Mitchie Brusco to answer. I don't know. I can think about it. I don't even know how to say that, dude.
Yeah?
School me, bro, please.
All right, well, we'll do it like this. The hard part is connecting the jumps with each other. And I always try to feel my back foot rolling from toe side slowly over to heel side, and then jump a little bit more off my back foot than my front foot. Woo. All right, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. Toe, back foot jump, heel, back foot. Oh, that's it, dude. Sometimes it's these super simple things that are the hardest to articulate accurately. So thank you.
Boom. Number 2, crab walks both forward and backwards.
I'd say the most common misconception with this trick is that people don't have their feet evenly on their nose and tail. So make sure you have a symmetrical stance with your feet over the wheels or just past the wheels on both sides. And then shoulder leads and you kind of just, it's like walking. Wait, no, this. Dun, 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 dun.
It's like walking, you just have to make sure you're falling forward before each step a little more than you're used to. If you're just standing there, you're not gonna be able to keep up with the board as you're walking.
Yeah, same for backwards. If you're going backwards, you gotta fall backwards into that scary space and save yourself.
A very important tip for going backwards is you want to generally go backwards with your hips and not your chest. If you're starting to fall back, that's going to be really hard to save. But if you sit back and let your chest stay forward, this is a lot easier to work with, even though you're still falling backwards.
Okay, I'm in, yeah.
Fastest crab I've ever seen.
Dude, I love it. And it's fully like you know how crabs walk sideways?
Yeah.
So you're like going forward, they're like, oh, sideways walk?
Wait, crabbing while going super fast would be weird.
Oh. That would be so, that looks way more crab.
That's ridiculous. Now I got crab walks.
So number 2 was the crab walk with these little pivots, but we want to get full 180 pivots. So you're rolling forwards, front foot on the nose, and Mitchie can verbalize what I just said physically.
How important is it to you to lead with your upper body a lot for a nose pivot?
Very important.
That's like the main thing that you focus on.
For me.
When you're leading that far, how do you work on your balance? Because as you get twisted, it starts to get easy to fall that direction, and then it gets hard to save.
My leading is from here.
Ah, but it looks like it's here.
Yes.
Okay, but it's in your hips opposed to just the shoulders.
Right, right.
So let's say you're not turned all the way around. Your shoulders are really only turned about this far relative to your hips. Then your hips go and it looks like you're turned all the way around, but it's really only a couple degrees.
And you can fully have your shoulders like forward and complete the whole rotation. I don't recommend that, but it's interesting.
Because the footwork necessary is a little bit harder.
Yes. Dude, I love these conversations. Hey, how's it going?
A really important piece of this, after you get all the way around, it's gonna be a big step forward to finish the rotation. I feel like a lot of people focus too much on nose manualing and try to just wait for it to come around. But honestly, you just have to take your back foot. After you get this power and this big rotation, you have to take your back foot and just throw it forward out in front of you so you can actually just bring the board around. That makes all this work you did worth something.
Make that work worth it.
Yeah. Number 4. Tail pivot. Fundamentally, a tail pivot is going to be exactly the same as the nose pivot we just did, but the hard part is generally setting up in the right stance while going fakie at the right speed. While going fakie, don't get caught in the trap of facing too much backwards and then trying to just turn around. Get comfortable switching your stance, facing your chest forward, and then throwing it. All right, let's list like a couple of ways to get fakie.
Well, the core way is a switch push, but that's its own trick.
Switch push is hard for a lot of people.
I would recommend switch mongo, which is 90s core. Know your history.
And switch mongo is sick.
Switch mongo is so sick.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Thiago Lemos.
I vote that you should be able to do both, but there's nothing wrong with switch mongo. Just switch pushing is under practiced, and that's what bothers me. It's not switch mongo being not being useful.
Hot take, I think that switch mongo should be preferred for fakie.
That is a hot take. I'll have to think about that. I like that.
Switch mongo for switch doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, that follows, that tracks. Yeah, I like that. And then take them through the nose pivot to fakie.
If you got the nose pivot down, that's a great way to set up for fakie. Put your feet in the right spot for that crab walk, and you got all the speed you need to come back.
Sweet as.
Sweet as. Number 5, the stupid. Everyone loves this trick. There's no one who doesn't love this trick. It's a great trick. You go for a push, mid push, shift your foot over, kick it, bring it back, finish the push. It's miraculous. Feels great, looks great. Surprise your friends, shock your friends. Tell your parents the name of the trick. Tell them that Mitchie Brusco told you to say it.
All right, I've never tried it, so I'm just gonna try one and we'll see what happens. How fast are you usually going?
Shoot, as fast as you want. Faster, the gnarlier. The faster, the more respect.
So I'm gonna go like slow medium.
Yo!
Is that how it looks?
That's great, that's it.
That couldn't have been that great.
It was great. So I would suggest learning it stationary, getting comfortable. Something that does happen is if you push too hard, your board hits you in the ankle and then you get bruised. This is a nice drill to practice finessing the board without putting too much pressure on it. And then you just gain more speed and fluidity as you move on.
So I had my foot off to the side before trying it, and you actually pick your foot up as you plant your back foot on the ground, and then bring it back.
You know what, I think having your foot off to the side is probably better.
The board kind of skates away from you a little bit.
Yeah, so center it.
Yeah, because if I plant my foot all the way on the side and then try and push, now it's out here by the time.
Yeah, so I instructed you correctly the first time.
Yeah, pick up your foot just slightly as you plant your back foot on the ground. We got this one. All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Number 6 is taking the nose pivot and tail pivot, putting them together, and you get a
monster walk. Woo! This is one of my favorite moves. You could fit it in anywhere and you can get unprecedented amounts of speed.
It's so useful to connect tricks together if you want to have like that flowy look that you see whenever you watch Andy Anderson skate.
Oh. Here's what it looks like. With a lot of focus on the toes, in the pockets.
Same as Crabwalk, right?
Yeah, same as Crabwalk.
It's very important not to be in too much of a rush at any point. It's gonna take you a while to complete the nose pivot and then transition into a tail pivot. Yes, it happens in one smooth motion, but that's just from letting your body continue and then come back. As you get faster, you'll be able to twist and turn your body a little bit more efficiently, but that doesn't mean we're trying to do it faster than what happens naturally.
Love this guy. Love this guy. Though, the major step up of this trick from the Crabwalk is it allows you to roll in between pivots, maintaining large amounts of speed. While the Crabwalk, you're pretty much stationary in between each pivot. With the monster walk, you can really cruise and roll in between. And you can set up for your stupid. Oh, what am I doing? Pushing. I don't need to push. Pushing is for people who push.
Technically, if you like the trick enough, you're always setting up for a stupid. Ah! Not even close.
Trick number 7, we got stationary 360. There's not 360s, this is 360. We're gonna lock in a 360 here. So if you're going backside,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry.
yeah, so if you're going backside, it helps to have a micro roll fakie. And if you're going front side, it helps to have a micro roll forwards.
When I do a backside 360, my circle is too wide. and it's hard for me to keep balance. How do I fix that?
The circle is created by leaning on your toes. So if you have extremely tight trucks, that will somewhat eliminate itself, but you can counter the effect on a backside 360 by leaning on your heels.
Ah, it stays right there.
If you're going front side, you do the opposite and you would want to lean on your toe side.
Do you feel this toe side lean in the setup, or do you feel it as you're starting to initiate that front side rotation?
I think it's in the setup from the beginning. Or actually, no. You jump off of flat feet and then you're in toe immediately.
So you're feeling like the center of your feet on the board, you get this rotation going and you kind of push into that toe. Maybe like you were gonna jump around like this.
Absolutely. This is a tricky one that's worth spending time on.
Ooh, you said, oh, sorry, I broke the only rule. 1 360.
1 360. We're not doing these.
So stop doing that and let's bring it back to a 360. I know you guys are just doing 10, 11 at a time, but let's just keep it to 1 right now.
This toe heel pressure thing, play with that. You're gonna love it. If you're making circles,
360s. Number 8, blind side pivots. And I'm actually gonna lead this one off with a question. So, Andy, on the pivots going forward, you put your weight on your toes,
yes,
and you step forward. For the front side 360s, you also have your weight on your toes. For the blind side pivots, how is your weight placed differently than for the 360?
So the 360 is toe side to keep you in the same place.
Yeah.
But for these pivots, we want to be traveling.
We want to start moving backwards. So then you'd put the weight on essentially the same side as the rotation.
Right, on the heel side.
Yeah.
So for both blindside pivots, it's a heel side pressure. You're going off of your heel side wheel.
Is there a name for that? Backwards monster walks?
I guess so.
The boogeyman?
The boogie walk. No, it's backwards monster walks.
A really nice theme that we're starting to unravel here is the toe and heel really will affect the direction that your wheels are rolling. So if I'm turning front side, but I'm on the toe side, this is gonna be a little bit awkward and might not accomplish the goal that you're looking for.
This is the nuanced knowledge I was hoping we would be able to expose.
He says we, but he is the one who knew this.
You're so nice, Mitchie.
I just had no idea. That's the truth. Had no idea that your wheels roll different directions when you're rotating on one truck based on.
It's cool to know, right?
It's super cool. How long have you known that?
Forever.
Gatekeeper.
Dude.
Dude. I'm just kidding.
Just straight into the cops. Number 9, the jaywalk. This is a Kevin Harris classic from Canada.
I saw it on the list. I have no idea what it means.
It is a blind side pivot like we just were doing, where your back foot drifts off the board for a moment. So this is, you have your front foot, instead of being right over the pockets, you have it a little bit further back and kind of pigeon-toed in.
Ah. So
this one you don't need to do full pivots. It's more of a crab walk, but if you full pivot it, it's bad. Like bad in a good way.
it's terrible.
It's so bad.
It's horrible. The main idea here is that you want to meet your foot with your board. You don't just want to aimlessly throw your foot out to the side and then hope that your foot just lands on it. I know this from the smoothies that you told me about days ago. You want to keep your foot that's off the board. You actually want to keep it a little bit lower and closer to the ground. So when your tail swings around, it just runs into your foot and you catch it there. It takes all the guesswork out and you can just kind of meet your foot wherever it goes.
So check out this footing. Check out this footing.
I was duck-footed.
Show this one.
So go pigeon instead. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but only on your front foot.
Okay.
So your heel is in the pocket, but your toes are fully on the board. Straight down from where my eyes are, you can see that the whole wheel is showing. And that being cocked that direction helps
your tail stay down when you pick up your foot. This feels like I'm not actually gonna have enough pressure on the nose with my heel to bring the tail around, but it just works.
It just works. Just a little bit of pressure. You just want the wheels to slide.
Less pressure on the nose than you would think, and a little more pressure in the pocket.
Mitchie's never done this one, so I'm excited to see. It's a one-footed. You don't do it with both feet.
Oh, you don't do it back and forth?
No, it's just this foot stays locked, and this foot gets free every pivot.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a lot more focused on your foot relative to your wheels than I thought. I was thinking is more relative to the center of the truck and the nose. But you're saying toe side wheel, don't cover it. Heel side wheel, only cover a little bit. If you do that, then the tail is gonna stay light as it comes around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm happy with that.
Sick. Yes.
Still hard, but it makes perfect sense. Instead of thinking about it like you have to push on the nose to lift the tail, it's like the inside or outside of the wheel makes the tail lighter or heavier. It's like a different way to think about it.
Dude, who is this guy? The best student is the best teacher.
Number 10, we're gonna learn what an Eli is.
Dude, the Eli waits for helicopters.
Why is it called an Eli? What's going on here?
It's called an Eli because my friend Eli invented it. It's modeled after the line that Mark Gonzalez does in New York, where he does a bunch of tricks and then sticks his foot out under a car and gets his foot run over by the car, and then turns it around and continues skating. When we were in Tokyo together, me and Eli, he stuck his foot under a car and got it run over, and he was fine. A few months later.
Do not do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do
ever.
not do that.
Don't do it. I'm not.
That's not the Eli. We're not to the Eli yet.
A few months later, he came to me with this revolutionary trick.
running your foot over.
You got to run your foot over.
You ever have super wide trucks and try and push and run into your truck and face plant?
I die. Yeah, die on that for sure.
So it's like a snowboard push off the heel side, and you're. I'm like scared to try it. And your board just kind of rolls over your foot.
It rolls over. The front foot positioning is important. That it's not like back here and then you're like.
Because you don't want to stomp on your back foot essentially.
Right. So your front foot's in a similar place for the jaywalk.
Okay, so I want you to do one and pay attention to how much weight you feel in your front foot while you're running over your back foot.
Okay.
If you had to choose how your weight's distributed, how between your front and back foot?
Yeah, so when I'm setting up for it, obviously 100% of my weight's in my front foot, but as soon as my back foot hits the ground, it takes the majority of the load.
So you stand on your back foot and kind of, instead of like pushing your board through your foot, are you letting it kind of bounce off your back foot?
I'm kind of tweaking my foot like this so that it has the room.
You kind of help the tail in the air without putting any pressure into the ground.
Right.
That's way more approachable because it's not as scary if you run into your back foot or not. Yeah, Eli's sick.
Yeah.
Approved.
Yo.
I like, that last try, I just like got it. That's like an actual thing. That's fun. Yeah, go do that for sure.
Like freestyle's all about your board's the obstacle, but like the Eli, it's like your shoe is the obstacle. And it makes me think, you know how people do no comply bash off a curb?
Yeah.
If you no complied off your own foot, like how high could you get it?
Yeah, like a wally, but off of yourself.
Yeah. Right? Like it's fully there.
It has to work. I feel like I'd break my foot before I figured out how to get it in the air. It's hard to put your foot under your board.
It's a tricky one for sure.
It goes against all instincts. The Andy.
Yeah, dude.
Number 11, Caspers. A trick that everyone, if you've ever Googled freestyle ever, you know all about Caspers. I've probably been waiting for this moment. But I don't know how they work.
Caspers are a bit of a ghost. They haven't been around in a long time, but check it out. The foot positioning is so wild, you shouldn't be able to stand on either foot in the proper position. So your front foot is so off the side that if you took your back foot off, it would come in.
So I'm just gonna lift my back foot in the air and let my weight sit on that front foot and it just rolls over.
Totally. If you have the ball of your foot, it's kind of like a line. You want the edge of the board to be through the middle of that line.
So instead of thinking about your foot like perpendicular to the board, let's just visualize our front foot going parallel to the board on the rail and then just hang your heel off from there.
Common misconception or a common mistake that happens is the back foot comes up and it goes straight into your ankle. This is why we have to practice the stupid first, so we learn that finesse, not just bashing it with brute force.
It doesn't take all that much weight and energy to get the board to flip over. So basically just like relax and feather it a little bit.
And the majority of the flipping motion actually comes from your back foot reaching under and pulling up. So your foot has this arch in it, and you want to put the board there and use the toe part of the arch to get underneath. Oh, where'd my board go? Oh.
So it's kind of a combo of like a pushing and a pulling motion on both feet.
Here,
That put me in a good spot.
A little bit further off of your back foot.
Even more, okay.
Yeah, and then there, that's the hug that you're looking for.
Okay, okay. So you can take your back foot and just basically plant your heel on the tail and then rotate your back foot till you run into the rail of the board, and then you kind of just hold it there. And that's what you'll be using to pull the board over.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels a lot more connected and like predictable. You know, you got that push and pull motion.
This is very complicated footwork to understand because it's unlike anything else.
So that's getting into a Casper. What do we do once we get this part down?
So you can imagine a line down your tail, down the center, and you want your foot to be on the toe side of that line. If your foot is on the heel side of that line, it digs in to the top of this foot real hard, and it really hurts.
So this will alleviate all the pressure on your front foot.
Absolutely. And for when you're learning it, just leave your foot on the ground. Just booger the trick a little bit. It's fine. You can even have your back foot a little on the ground, and that'll give you space to pull it out.
Okay, so this would kind of be like a walking Casper, where you let your back foot sit on the ground for a second so you can feel it. If you let your side of your back foot sit there so you have like something planted on earth, slide your front foot over, then you can just stand on your back foot and find that motion your front foot takes and then stand on it from there. And as you get a little more confident, you can get your back foot more on the board and basically combine this with a jumping motion instead of the planting the back foot.
When you're in the Casper, it's important to keep this leg fully straight and your foot cocked upwards, and that'll keep you locked in. If you start to bend this leg, your back foot might slip off the tail. A pro level Casper, neither feet ever touch the ground, which is a lot to ask for at this stage. Don't be too hard on yourself about trying to get that one right away. Try the walking version first, and then we'll see what's up.
Woo! Actually got it.
Yeah.
And number 12 is rail stands.
So we'll start with getting out of rail stand and then show you how to get into it. So set up with your wheels facing out. And it's important to get comfortable with this little rocking motion.
First question I have is, where are you feeling the axles pushing up against the bottom of your feet, and how much are you feeling the board against the center of your foot?
I would say the ball of my toe is either over the axle or a millimeter towards the board.
Toe, like the ball of your foot?
Yeah, the ball of your foot.
So essentially, you're putting like this axle like straight through like the center of that point you'd be on the ground if you're like hopping on the balls of your feet.
Totally.
Okay.
And to be noted, your board setup is very important for this trick. If your trucks are wider than your board, it's gonna sit like this and have the tendency to fall back. So, check out your board before you do this.
Just make sure you get your trucks that are the same width as your board, or like just barely not as wide.
Okay, so you start with this little rock, and it's a micro jump, more of just getting weightless without lifting up, more of a and you get this little rock, push it forward, and land it.
And you get this rock by pushing your toes low. Not so much trying to put the board forward with a lot of energy, but you get your toes low and that starts to pick up the board. As you feel that, then you get that jump and shove motion.
So once you got that down, this is how you can get into it. By placing your back foot on the toe side of the board, on the tail, pretty straightforward. You're not standing like this. You're standing with your foot pretty straightforward. And then your front foot connects with the board almost already in Railstand. So a little bit higher up the board. Yeah, right there. And you get to push it over, leaving this foot on the ground. Then you step up slowly, and boom.
I think it's important to note that you actually step up onto the truck. You're not really jumping and trying to land in Railstand. I think this is some misconception that comes from that classic skateboarding background. My instincts always tell me as soon as that board lands in Railstand, I better be jumping and trying to land on it, but it doesn't really work like that. I want to feel a lot of pressure up against this front foot and push down into the rail and stand up into it. It's just a lot more stable and consistent.
More similar to this than this.
That's freaky. That's good. I like that. And that is very approachable for you guys at home. If you've been enjoying practicing freestyle as much as I have, come show off your progress in our online community. You'll get to practice alongside hundreds of other skaters just like you, and you can submit videos for personalized feedback from me. So close. You'll get access to all of our programs, plus an exclusive 3-phase program you can't get anywhere else. Join now, check it out for free. All right, back to Andy.
Number 13, my favorite number and my favorite trick, walk the dogs. This trick's very specific footwork and it's super useful. Trust me. Hey Warren. Come on Warren, let's go. Come on. This trick has been very elusive to me. When I see it in videos, it almost looks like they're doing shove it, shove it, shove it, shove it.
That's how it feels to me.
It's a very tricky one, but once you figure it out, you kind of got it forever. So, step number 1, I got this nice circle here on my board to mark the center. You want to stick the ball of your foot in that circle, facing directly forwards. There you go. Perfect.
It feels so low, because like if the ball of my foot's there facing forward, that means my heel is like almost over the truck.
Totally. So it's very awkward to stand like this. It's much more comfortable to be here and fakie.
Ah, that makes sense.
And this is not a standing position. This is like you're through, it's a
like
movement.
You touch it in like a fluid motion.
Right.
Yeah.
So it helps to have a little bit of speed, not very much speed. Just a little bit of speed. Touch fakie and get that fakie pivot. and try to leave your front foot still in the center and still forwards. If you can do that, then you just reset and do it again. And you can take time in between each pivot to regain your balance. Anything to add, Mitchie?
Just that you leave your front foot right here the whole time, and your back foot is the one going all the way around. It's gonna be easy to try and guide the board too much with your front foot and end up losing the foot position. So just get comfortable really leaning on your back foot, doing the leg work, and leaving your front foot just facing forward the whole time.
He just said it, but I'm gonna say it again in different words. All the pressure's on the toe. If you have any pressure on your heel, then you're gonna end up like that.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Perfect. This trick is awesome, dude. I'm gonna do some good ones. The better you get at it, the less you're facing this way, and the more you're facing this way, and it kind of happens. It's almost like a 45-degree shoulder.
Why would that be an improvement versus just facing forward?
It just happens naturally when you go really fast at it.
You get a little bit more comfortable and take like more. Yeah, you kind of start spinning against it a little bit.
I think it's like this foot is this direction, this foot is this direction.
So your shoulders just end up between that?
So your shoulders end up between.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I never thought about it this deeply. This is why I love hanging out with Mitchie. We think about things.
Ready, set, go. Number 14, the stepping stone. Another trick that I have actually no idea about what it is. I see these tricks on the list and I'm just trusting Andy.
Stepping stone is a name that I made up because I'm afraid I don't know what it's called. So if you do know what this trick is called, comment below, let me know. Or ask Mike Osterman. So this trick is like a cousin, a brother, a sister, family to the walk the dog. The main difference is that it's the center of your foot in the center of the board and your foot stays totally glued. I used to watch Rodney do this in all of his runs and be so fascinated as to what the heck he's doing. So it starts with a little pivot and then a little nose pivot the same direction. And he just kind of bounced between them.
So could you call this like a 1 foot crab walk?
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah, it's like a switching foot crab walk, alternating.
You're doing like a crab walk, but you're only using your back foot to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the front foot stays glued in position. It doesn't move at all.
That's very freestyle-y.
Super freestyle,
super
right?
freestyle-y, yeah.
So you're like in tail stop, you come down, and you bring it around, do some other stuff.
Too far off the side.
Straight center. Yeah.
I know it doesn't look as smooth as you. I can feel myself like looking like I'm on stilts.
It's got that vibe to it. It's a very tricky trick, but it's great to put in a routine to just show well-roundedness in your footwork capabilities. And there's levels to it. You could eventually get the full 180s where you can roll in between.
Oh, that's cool. That's like a walk the dog. I'm lost. I got lost. Oh, yeah. So it's just always the same.
It's blind. That was it though. This is a very tricky one. You don't see many skaters doing.
I've seen exactly one skater do it.
But I love using it as a single step. Like I can do a 360 and then come around.
So this is a great way to practice it in isolation. But when you're using it, it's probably more so to link different things together.
Absolutely.
And whenever you're in a pinch and you need something kind of unique to link two different things together.
Right, so a nice way to incorporate it would be awkward, but you put your foot backwards.
Yep.
And come around. It's a one step. So if you're rolling, your foot goes backwards.
But you're still using, basically you'd be using this portion of getting your foot from the nose over to the tail. That is so awkward. So what I would recommend is really focusing on keeping your front foot in the middle of the board completely stable and actually taking it very slow between each step. You're gonna notice you'll be falling left and right a lot more than you'd expect, because as you turn the board, it's easy to end up on the wrong side, and then if you turn it again, you're kind of screwed. So you might have to reset between each stepping stone and really get your balance with both feet on, and then move the nose or tail when you're ready.
This is a great trick if you want to show your friends something that they've never seen before.
Guaranteed.
Okay, number 15 is a personal favorite, and I gotta admit again, I don't know the real name of it, so we're calling it a tail stop Kickslide. Check it out, it's miraculous. You think you're over here stationary and everything, and then all of a sudden, you're over here stationary and everything.
Oh, you give yourself space over here. Oh, you get a lot more room like that. Are you doing like a manual for a second, or are you supposed to keep your tail down the whole time?
You keep your tail down the whole time, and it's all about the sound. You want it to sound perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to predict. There we go. That one felt like the real deal. Yeah. So I'm thinking about it like this. While my tail is pressed to the ground, I have my heel resting there, and I'm getting this big wind up. But as soon as I actually touch my front foot to the board, I'm picking up my heel and just standing on the center of the tail really lightly by holding just a little bit of pressure on that front foot down into the board. Not enough to actually pick the tail up, but enough to make the tail lighter on the ground. You can see if I'm just standing here and I just push on it lightly, it already kind of wants to move. So you just kind of have to feather this kick with how much pressure you're holding on that front foot while you're on the ball of your back foot. And it goes shh.
I love this trick.
I'm gonna get razor tail so fast hanging out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's razor tail world. That's why we need skid plates.
Yeah.
I should mention at some point that my board is made for these tricks, but it's also made for ollies and kickflips. If you just want to do these tricks, you can check out Walt Skateboarding and Mike Osterman, and he specializes in freestyle specific focus, and you can get a setup that won't get destroyed doing these things.
Yeah, and if you want Andy's board, obviously link in the description, the hydrant, and what's the grip called?
Power lines.
Boom.
So this is the all-around board. You got freestyle capabilities, street, bowl, vert, everything.
This is the first trick we've done so far that technically isn't just a setup for a stupid.
Ah!
Number 16.
Okay.
Tail stop sow flip.
Yes. Okay, we're getting into some tail stop stuff now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
So, now that you can do your kick slide, check this one out. Tail stop sow flip. The sow flip is a specific grab. You want to Spider-Man your wrist.
I love Spider-Man, dude.
Dude,
I've watched all the Spider-Mans like 3 times.
Dude, Spider-Man is the man. This is a very Spider-Man trick. You take your foot and put it.
You go like a judo.
Like a judo.
Yeah.
And then you Spider-Man it.
And you
Exactly. Then you give the back foot a little scoot.
So you kick your back foot like I'm gonna kick you.
Yeah.
And then let the tail fly around.
Yes. And you just step on.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Yeah, and then you can get a big jump out of it.
Yeah. So you're setting up.
So there's always this confusing thing when you're picking up your skateboard. I understand why people want to do it, but you're not actually just picking it up into the air. Whenever you see the board get high into the air like this, you think you're like, oh, I gotta really like pick it up as I'm jumping. The truth is, if you kick it out with enough energy, the way that your shoulders work, if I just swing my board out, it's gonna come up and around. It doesn't actually feel like I'm picking it up and twisting it.
Yeah, you don't need to bend the elbow.
Yeah, so you just Spider-Man grabbing it and trying to get enough energy going, and you let your shoulder naturally just kind of twist the board around and pick it up however much it goes up.
I love this trick.
Getting on the board. When you're jumping from the ground and trying to land on the board, that's kind of a tricky thing. So if you start just by Spider-Manning it, you can visualize getting your back trucks to your back foot without really jumping. If you can do this part, you're in good shape. It's easy to get a little excited and to try to jump really far away from the board and feel like you're just trying to like arbitrarily land on the wheels. But really get those back trucks locked up against your back foot and just practice this for a while till you can pair it with a jump confidently. It shouldn't be like the scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, and there doesn't need to be any time where you're not touching the board. By the time you let go of the board, it's already on your back foot, even with the jump. So you should be in contact the whole time.
I love that philosophy of yours. I've never heard anyone else say that. Is there like, it's the glue that connects a lot of your tricks together is like you stay on the board the whole time for
You stay glued.
consistency.
Yeah, for consistency.
Always one touch point.
Yes, always a touch point. Whether it's your hand or your foot or your face.
Nose slide. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm good with that.
Sick.
Yeah. Sow flips, tail stop, sow flips. All right, number 17.
Number 17 is kickbacks. I love this trick.
I forget what a kickback is.
It's when your foot is set up all the way over here, so just your big toes on, and it's not too high, kind of right around the middle of the board. You do a little hippie jump, but you leave this foot down.
Oh yeah, kind of like an underflip without the kickflip.
This trick is awesome.
So if it flips, my problem is generally it flips too much, or I can't land back on it. I'm over here on the heel side.
Yeah, the board does tend to travel backwards during this trick. So if I line up on this crack,
that makes sense.
it tends to come back here and then straight up under that new position.
This is kind of a common theme in freestyle tricks. It feels like you're walking the board around, where all the popping tricks seem to happen in one place. It's not like that at all in freestyle. As soon as you roll the board over, you're actually kind of changing where you're gonna be standing on it. And your back foot is sort of wherever.
Yeah, back foot is just in a good launching position. You don't want to be jumping off your front foot at all, maybe 10%.
I gotta really jump backwards.
So the front foot, this is why we practice our stupids, guys. It's very feathered, very light. You don't want to smash into the ground. It's minimal effort. Totally.
It's so hard. There we go. How much are you stretching your front leg down while you're in the air?
Hey, your front leg gets pretty extended. It's not full extension like a Casper, but it's definitely like as extended as it feels comfortable while keeping your knee bent.
Because you're jumping and you have to keep your front foot below the rail.
A lot of the front foot being down is in the front foot being down.
And your toes dropping, like pointing your toes.
Yeah, so you never want your front foot to be above this high.
Because then you'll just end up doing that.
Exactly. So you're keeping your front foot right near the ground the whole time.
That's a lot easier if I actually try and visualize if I'm barely gonna toe tap the ground. So I'm gonna try to touch the ground just a little bit with the absolute front of my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, because I'm jumping and I'm starting a couple inches off the ground on the skateboard, but it makes it easier for me to see where that board is.
That's totally it. You want to dip it below and back on.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that.
Kickbacks.
And it keeps the kick back light, because I'm here, there's not that much power there.
Right.
So it's like you go from here back to a neutral stance, not so much like trying to kick it through, where I was having that over flipping issue earlier.
Totally.
Yeah, sweet. Kickbacks.
Learn it stationary and then see how fast you can go.
Those are the two options.
Sweet. Yeah. No way.
18. OG kickflips.
The one and only.
I've never done this. I've never landed one. You briefly explained it, but I don't actually know how they work yet, so this will be a really nice one to do. Yeah.
So we're gonna utilize what we learned on how to get into Casper, but we're gonna switch up the feet. So with this trick, you wanna get your front foot, it could be your back foot, but I do it front footed, hooked underneath with that arch. This is like the very specific, yes, like that.
So you're taking like the side of your shoe and trying to lock it underneath the rail.
While the heel of your shoe is still on top.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not like a full underflip situation.
Right, so that allows you to put pressure down, but still be underneath.
Yep.
Then when you jump for it, this foot pushes down a little bit to initiate it, and then gets the heck out of there while this foot finishes the flip.
And you're turning a little bit. So are you using like the center of your shoe, or are you flipping it with the side?
Yeah, you flip it with like this bone.
As you're kind of doing that like 90-degree rotation.
Right. It's really easy if you have bunions. Yeah, so you use your bunion and get it underneath the board.
And since it's a freestyle trick, you're gonna have to jump a full board rotation to the side.
Yeah, totally.
Right, that's something I'm not used to quite yet, so. Right, a kickflip would happen in one spot. But this is awkward because it's gonna happen all the way over.
Oh, almost first try.
That little bit of rotation helps. I was trying this earlier, and since I was staying straight, I wasn't really able to feel where the board was or flip it confidently.
Yeah, and you'd have to land like this.
Yeah, but turning to like a skate stance really helps with the landing, but also helps visualize the flip. Okay, I got that. Is there anything that you would change about it?
One thing I'm gonna say is you want the pushing down and the pulling up to be on the same plane horizontally.
Meaning my feet not spread apart like this.
Right. If you do spread apart your feet, you may end up having this drastic problem of doing
Where your board rotates.
varial flip instead. Which isn't a drastic problem. But to keep it flat, wow, the pop,
That was a long pop.
or maybe scoop. The scoop on that, you got up, dude.
That was from my feet being the same level. Mix it a little bit. It's a little uncomfortable. Come on.
Yeah!
That one felt good.
That's what's up.
OG kickflip.
So my board's designed with this in mind, where it gets skinnier in the center, you put your foot there, and then when it gets wider, you can hook under that wider spot.
Has that beautiful hourglass figure.
Yeah, dude.
OG.
That's locked in.
And it honestly, like, one of my big complaints about regular kickflips is like if I'm not constantly warmed up or in like really good shape at that specific moment, my hip hurts or my knee hurts or my back, you have to jump so high. This feels like it's a lot more approachable. Like I could do this while tired. It may be like a bit bored just messing around. It doesn't take that same type of like jump karate kick kind of feel. It's a little more inviting.
Yeah, it's more Tai Chi, less karate.
Yes, beautiful. I've never done either, but.
Number 19 is the beam plant.
I only know beam plants on transition.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, where you do like a nose grab and you land on the deck and then you jump back in this way.
Yes, that's great. So the way I do beam plants is with a roast beef.
Under between the legs.
Yeah.
On this side.
And I early grab them.
Okay, let's see it. Let's go through this.
So you put your front foot up as high as you can, and you grab it, roast beef, take off your front foot.
Oh, that seems a little more intuitive than I expected.
It's a great one, and it keeps you going straight. Sometimes a boneless will take you 180.
Yes.
But a beam plant keeps you straight. You don't want to put your thumb up like this, because then when the board comes up, it's gonna bend it and break your thumb. So you tuck it under like that, and you use this part of your thumb against the grip tape.
So my big concern was getting locked up to the board doing the early grab, and how do you get your foot off from here? But after you grab it, if you just do a little hop, I mean, I'm talking like a centimeter hop to get your front foot off of the board, then you can swing everything forward and it flies up.
Yeah, and putting your foot in that dead zone not only allows for more space for you to grab high on the rail, but also for that foot to just slide off nice and easy.
Yeah, okay, so the more you set up with your front foot in like that slippy position, the easier it'll be. Yeah, and the more intuitive and quick it'll be as you're rolling.
Totally. The one problem is if you have your feet in a regular position, you have to grab the board so far back, and it's just not ideal. You want to be grabbing it in front of the middle.
I could see this issue confusing some people of getting back on the board. Feels like your arm is in the way. So how are you getting your front foot onto the front bolts if your hand is just in the way of that?
Yeah, so it is a bit of a let go and jump, but what helps is the leg comes all the way out and then starts swinging back. So it goes all the way out in your jump, and then you jump on when it swings back under you.
So instead of thinking about jumping over your hand and arm, just pull the board back so that nose ends up getting low naturally. And then that makes more sense to get on than trying to jump on it while the nose is way up here.
Yeah, it really helps to extend the leg, push the board as far away from you as you can. The farther you push it, the quicker it comes back.
Yeah, well, a lot of times skateboarding works in opposites. So if you want this thing to come towards you at any point, you have to commit to really pushing it out there. So then the next thing it has to do is just react to that.
Totally. And it feels so good.
Nice. That's a good one. I like that one. Number 20, Varial Fingerflip. And again, I'm just lost. I couldn't even begin to show you, so you're gonna have to take it from here.
This one is an ingredient in many other tricks. So it's fully a finger flip trick. We're gonna start like this.
Ooh, curveball. I didn't expect that.
And this is very important. So you start overhand. You flip the board like this up, and you turn your hand over and catch it underhand.
You might think about it like go from this to like pizza.
Yes.
You go from overhand to pizza, but with your thumb on the, wait, your thumb's on the grip.
Yep, thumb's on the grip.
How?
You just switched up for that last one.
Okay, yeah, you let it flip all the way.
Yeah. Yes, and then once you're here, you turn it back around.
Okay.
Reset, do it again.
Oh, then you got the infinite.
Yes.
Oh, and then it starts to varial.
It
Okay,
starts
there's
to
the varial.
varial.
We found it, guys.
Right?
I know you were really worried, but we found it.
So if you actually start in this position, you turn into it, flip it and turn it again. You got a 360 flip, finger flip.
But you just go from like kind of a neutral position, get that punch, that overhand, switch, and then it's kind of up to you if you want to go from like, you know, melon to melon or all the way around or whatever. But
right.
the actual motion of the finger flip is exactly the same.
It's a wonderful one. And then when you really dial it in, you can get it here.
So how are you getting into this
that comes up
varial
soon.
finger flip?
That comes up next.
Okay, okay.
This is the practice.
Give it to me. Give me the freestyle tricks, Andy.
So this trick is awesome because you never have to leave the board. The middle finger stays in the center of the board the whole time.
One contact point.
And it makes it 4 trillion times more consistent than this one.
Easy.
And it's an underhand catch, which is really comfortable.
Easier on your wrists, easier on your hands.
Yes.
It's not gonna cut up your fingers.
So spend some time and get it down. See if you can do 3 in a row.
But if you keep your middle finger on the board the whole time, I can't really see a good reason for you to drop it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's such a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Shout out to Adam Hopkins for teaching me this.
Canadian guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable if you throw it up and then catch it at its highest point and bring it back down. If you start high and bring it low, it can be a lot of weight on your arm, but there's that weightless moment that you can just grab it out of the sky. Okay, number 21, we got a tail stop bunny hop. Steve Rocco famously did it in his freestyle runs before he quit freestyle skating and started World Industries.
I saw you do it in your living room last night.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to this one.
This is a classic, dude. It's a classic tail stop trick. It's double grab, hopping it. That's it. It's hard to mess it up.
It is as easy as it looks, and there's not really very much tension. I expected it to have a lot of tension. Like I tried a pogo, and it was like, everything feels super heavy.
Yeah.
But this, since you have so much room with the tail, and you're actually kind of just jumping essentially off the ground. Yeah, that one's sweet.
Yeah.
You could burn 1,000 calories doing
Absolutely.
it. Yeah.
And it's good if you want to reposition your tail stop for whatever reason.
Happens all the time. I'm in a tail stop with both feet, and I'm like, man, if only I could move over 6 inches. What could I do? And now I'll never have that problem again.
Exactly.
Thank God. Number 22, tail hop finger flips.
This is a sick one. So you already learned how to do the bunny hop, but now we're gonna use this other foot as some extra leverage, get our thumb all flexed out like that, and give it a snap of the fingers to get that flip going heel side.
Like spinning a top.
Yes. Just like spinning a top.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, if I'm landing too much over here, is that the flick, or am I just jumping the wrong direction?
This one is more like regular flip tricks where you can really control where it lands.
I got freestyle brain on. I'm trying to like follow it.
Yeah, this one you you jump, and once all your weight's off the board, then it's weightless and you can.
Yeah, so I like that in your example, you're over here. So a lot of times I'll imagine like I'm on the heel side of a trick. So I'll just stay on that side, give it a big jump. It's close.
Totally. Some people even set up like we did for the bunny hop with both their feet on the tail. I've seen that as well.
That's easier for me to see for some reason
There you go.
than the 1 foot. That I really like. For some reason, the 1 foot, I find it difficult.
Throws you off.
Let me see you do the 1 foot one more time. That's crazy, I can't stay over it.
Tail stop tricks, baby.
Tail stop finger flip.
Tail stop finger flips.
Yeah, sweet.
Tail stop varial flip.
Yeah, number 23. So it's a tail stop varial flip, but we just did tail stop finger flip, but this one isn't a finger flip at all.
Right. It's fully with your feet only. Can you guess what it's gonna look like?
Tail stop, I mean, varial flip I would think it would just go this way. Do you do like a toe hook? Is it like a tail stop OG kickflip kind of thing?
Kind of thing.
Okay.
That's totally it. You set up your front foot for the OG kickflip, back foot in tail stop.
Yep.
And you give it a little scissor kick.
Oh, nice. That actually looks quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see it. Like, I feel like it's not gonna flip, but it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
We're back to using the bunion, guys.
That's super nice.
That's a nice one, right?
Compared to the OG kickflip that we did earlier on this list, you'll have your front foot a little bit lower. Is that fair?
It's about the same place, actually.
About the same?
Yeah, because your back foot is already lower than your front foot, so the rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would flip it from around the middle.
Okay, that makes sense. And since your front foot's in the air, you need a lot of strength in your back leg to get down
Yeah,
and then jump and get out of it.
and a little bit of scoop. That back foot, after you jump, scoops it underneath, so you get a little bit of.
Whenever there's a scoop like that, instead of trying to figure out like the direction of the back foot, a lot of times I try to imagine a sound of the tail scraping. And then I just try to make it so I hear that in the trick a little bit.
Totally.
That seems to be easier for me to get my back foot working how I need it to.
That's a great tip.
How are you facing this way?
I don't know, I did the heel stop wrong, and then it pulled me. That's way easier, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Doing it to 90, that's like a million times easier. Couple things to add. A lot of it is just this front foot flicking. And if you shoot yourself, you aim to land just past 90 or at 90 degrees from where you take off. Makes it a little easier.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it for sure. Yeah, that feels like possible.
In pro freestyle runs, they'll be like this, and then like back to the exact same tail stop,
Oh, crazy.
and then they go up here, and then, you know what I mean? Like, you just got tail stop tricks. That guy's so sick, he rides for heated wheel. Hey, there's a flat bar, wow. I thought something was hitting like a metal pole over there, but I didn't realize it was skateboards. Oh man, number 24. Around the world, baby. This is the one.
This is gonna be chaotic.
This is
I
gonna be
can feel
chaotic.
it in my bones.
This is a simple to do, very challenging to explain, very challenging to understand trick that I learned by watching Mike V in slow motion,
Nice. Nice.
frame by frame.
Frame by frame YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah, solid.
solid, so solid. But I'm confident you can do this trick.
After this, it should be nice and clear. That's the goal.
Check it out.
Can you do that frame by frame?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let's see it.
You ready?
Yeah.
Gonna learn it with me?
I can't yet.
Okay, we're gonna do this right here. I'm gonna do one super slow-mo and have you watch it, and then I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Grab, hand, foot, other foot, looking backwards.
Okay, I think I'm starting to see it. So let's go, just walk me through it like real slow.
grab, hand, foot, other foot, but look that way.
Well, I gotta look at you, but I'm looking that way.
So you look this way.
Yep.
You let your board come this way.
Board goes behind you. Okay.
And then your first foot.
Oh, and then you just push.
Yeah.
Then you push out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can see why that would be hard to figure out.
The angrier you get, the better it looks. You wanna, and come back. So you start as a ball, you go, and you end up as a ball.
So I think the confusing part is like your board's going this way, but your back foot's going this way.
And your head's going, yeah, the board goes front side, but your head's gonna go back side.
Yeah. So basically everything about you is saying like backside trick, but you gotta send your board way out the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it'll come out.
That's it. Yes. 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 Created a monster.
It feels so slow when I do it. It looks like fast when you do it. It feels like I'm going so slow.
Yeah, but you gotta learn it and then you just get angry at it.
I get what you mean, but I get angry.
Yes.
Not bad.
Not bad, that's
Yeah.
fully it.
It's pretty inviting.
Now just do it pissed.
Just let it fly.
Yeah, just get angry. Just let all your anger out. Just like, yeah! Yeah!
You get that big stretch.
Yeah.
I'm like scared I'm gonna tear something.
You might. Yes.
Ah, I do like that. Yeah, that's sick. That's my first like street plant ever.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
If you do yoga, it's falling star position.
Nice. It's the closest you'll get to skateboard yoga, that's for sure.
Skoga.
I'm like,
Feels so good, right?
yeah.
Feels amazing. And it's great, like you're going towards your filmer, you want to scare them.
What a crowd pleaser too.
Oh, it's such a crowd pleaser and it's a self pleaser.
They love it.
And I love it. It feels so good.
Any common mistakes?
So many.
What's your favorite one?
My favorite is people try to follow the tail. They go like this.
Yep, don't get caught going frontside with it.
Yeah, because if you go front side, you're gonna go like this.
That's going nowhere fast with Andy Anderson. Yeah, it's a backside trick.
It's a backside trick.
Backside, backside, backside.
The other thing that happens is people put their feet right next to each other.
Oh, and that's hard to get out of.
Yeah. So you really got to make sure.
Falling star it.
Yeah, you want to make a triangle. 1, 2, 3. There's that. The 3-point triangle. And then your front foot's the first to arrive. And when you get good at it, when you get flowy at it, you can have both feet land at the same time. And that's when it really feels like a street plant. Because you're bouncing on your hand for a second.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 25. I don't think we have a name for it.
Oh, I messaged this kid that did it for us the other day, and he had a name for it. He called it the Ninja Flip.
Ninja flip.
Or Ninja Plant.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, we were filming a video in a parking lot. And this kid comes up and asks for Andy's like photo and autograph and all this stuff. And then he's like, let me see your board. Let me see your board. I'm gonna show you a trick. And this is the trick that he did, and it ended up on the list.
Ninja Plant. It looks pretty intimidating.
Yeah, I couldn't even I'm gonna need to see that a handful of times.
But you already have all the skills necessary. And by you, I mean you.
And by you means you.
Yes. It's like a...
You mean myself and I situation. There's a lot going on. There's a bunch of us.
So check it out.
With a lot of skill, there's so many skills.
It's the bean plant with the hand down. You get it up, and then you do the finger flip. Bro.
So it's like those three.
Yes.
The beam plant position, street plant body position with the dun, 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 dun. And then you have a ninja flip.
Yes.
No.
Yeah! Almost first try ever.
I can't get back on it.
You got it, bro. The getting back on, the sick way is like you pretend you're in that full handstand.
By pretend, you mean just get into a handstand?
Yeah, like you want to come in like an invert.
Okay. All right. And then you're jumping off of your front foot?
Yeah. Into an
towards
invert.
your hand. And then you can land on it from there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it one good try. Street plants are harder than I thought.
Yeah, there's like a different plane of
You
existence.
see the OG skaters pull up and do them like after 60 years without touching a skateboard, and you think they're just like take no practice at all. But really, like, you have to play with it to figure it out.
Yeah!
Boom. Thank
Ninja
you.
plant.
25 freestyle tricks we needed to know.
Straight up, dude.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. This is what it's all about. This feels really good.
Yeah, this feels right. I mean, I know that I have been deprived of freestyle education my entire life, so this feels really good to open up, expand my skating a little bit. Not only because it's like extremely useful and there's a lot of things you can do besides ollies and kickflips. It's also like a lot of fun and really eye-opening to like how skating got to where it is. And it seems like now within the culture, maybe we neglect some of the things that got us here without realizing it. So it's nice to kind of step through that world, and whether you're like a freestyle skater or not, it does feel like by learning at least the basic freestyle stuff, you start to put the pieces together of like how skating has evolved and maybe why we do some of the things that we do.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You are a master.
And you are a master at freestyle. It's incredible. You're so consistent, and the bag of tricks is so big that I know there's a lot more than where this 25 came from.
Thank you, bro. I think it would be sick to leave this trick with no explanation.
Have fun and good luck.
So here's my board, the hydrant with the power lines, the nano cubics on the mini logos. This is my setup. This is what makes the most sense for me to ride, and it works so beautifully with all the tricks we just showed you.
I have the exact same setup as Andy today. He brought one that's like specifically like his setup, so all of his tips translated perfectly. If you have a different setup, the board might not react exactly the same.
In freestyle, board becomes important. But stay tuned for the next 25, because we got even more stuff up our sleeves.
Andy has so many freestyle tricks, and I know that these first 25 are just an introduction, which blows my mind. I can't wait to see what we have in store in the next video that we shoot.
And keep in mind, as you learn these tricks, tie them together. Flip it. I said flip the board this way. Try flipping it this way. Why not? Add your own flavor. It's freestyle. You should be feeling free as you're doing it.
Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any videos in this series, and go out there and have some fun.